Hello class, today we're talking about tax, tip, discounts, commission, and markups. This is our fourth lesson of Unit 12. Let's begin by reviewing your homework. Number 1, your answer is 558. Number 2 is 76%. Number 3 is 40. Number 4 is 575. Number 5 is 300. Number 6 is 72%. Number 7 is 79%. Number 8 is 4%. Number 9 is 650. Number 10 is 429. Now please turn to your percent applications notes. Let's take a look at tax. Whenever you see tax, you have to you find the percent of a number and add it to the original price. So Dr. Socks paid $1,580 for a new computer system. She also paid a 6.5% sales tax. What was the total cost? So first you find the percent of a number, 0.065 times $1,580, and that gives you your tax, and you take your tax and you have to add it to your original price. So the total is $1,682.70. Tip is the same thing. You have to find the percent of a number and then add it to the bill. So Miranda's lunch cost $24.60. She plans on leaving a 15% tip. What is the total cost of Miranda's lunch, including tip, no tax? So you have to find the percent of a number, 0.15 times $24.60, which gives you a tip of $3.69. You add it to the cost of the meal, which is, and your total is $28.29. Fees, again, same thing, you add. So you find the percent of a number and you add it to the cost. So Western Union charges a 1.5% fee for each money transfer. If you need to send $500 to your grandma in Florida, how much money do you need total, including the fee? So you find 15% of $500, which is $7.50. You add it to the money you're transferring, so your final cost is $507.50. Now discount or sales, this is where you subtract. So you find the percent of a number and you subtract from the original amount. So the regular price of a Stellar 9 video game is $44.50, but it's on sale at a 30% discount. What's the sale price? You find 30% of $44.50, which is $13.35, and that's how much money you're going to save. So you subtract it from your original cost, and so the sale price is $31.15. For markup, you add, so you find the percent of a number and you add it to the cost. Hats R Us buys caps in bulk at 100 hats for $45. They mark up the price 240% to sell the hats to the public. How much money does Hats R Us make on 100 sold hats? So you have to find 240% of 45, which is $108. And so then you add it to the cost, which would be 108 plus 45, which would be $153. But the question here says, how much money does Hats R Us make on the 100 hats sold? If they sold them all, it would be $153. But they would only make $108 because they originally bought them for $45. So they would make $108. Commission is the amount of sale times the rate of commission. Jeremiah Kahn sells dishwashers. He earns an 8% commission on sales. How much must he sell in order to earn $3,000? So in order to earn $3,000, that would be 8% of whatever the total cost would be. So he makes 8% off whatever he sells. So if he wants to make $3,000, what would have to be the total cost that he has to sell? You set it up like a proportion. You solve for X, and he would have to sell $37,500 worth of dishwashers. At this time, please take out your discount and markup notes. Let's take a look at number 1. A store pays $1.50 for a bag of candy. The store wants to mark up the price 60%. How much will the store sell the bag of candy for? So the key word here is markup, and we know that looking back at our notes, markup we have to add to the price. So if we're going to add 60% to it, it will be 160%. So if 100% is $1.50, what would 60% be? Right now, find what 60% of 100 is. 60% of $1.50. Pause the video, calculate that. When you're ready to move on, press play. So 60% is 90 cents. So we have to add 90 cents to $1.50. And so our answer would be $2.40. Problem number 2. Ruby Slippers buys a pair of shoes for $38. If Ruby marks up the shoes 40%, what will she sell them for? So again, the key word here is marks up. Marks up, we know that we have to find the percent of a number and add it to the cost. So we're going to mark up 40%, which will put this at 140%. And so first we have to find out what 40% of $30 is. So at this time, calculate what 40% is. 40%, well, we know 10% would be $3.08. So 40% would be $15.20. And so now we have to add this amount, $15.20 to $38, and so your final cost would be $53.20. Number 3. A baking dish is regularly priced at $10.99. If Kelly has a 5% coupon, how much will she pay for the dish? So what you have to do here, you have to set up your tape diagram. 0%, 100% is $10.99, so she's going to pay for 95% of the cost. What you can do is you can find out what 5% is, and then you're going to subtract that amount from $10.99, and it will give you the price that she's going to pay with the coupon. If 5% is 55 cents, you have to subtract $10.99 minus 55 cents. And so your final answer is $10.44. At this time, please pause the video while you complete question number 4. When you're ready to check your answer, press play. And so your answer for this problem is $38.50. You had to find 30% off, so you could find 10%, multiply it by 3 to find out what 30% is, and then subtract it from $55. But your answer is $38.50. At this time, please pause the video while you complete question number 5. When you're ready to check your answer, press play. And the answer for number 5 is $16.45. At this time, please complete problems 6 through 10 on your own. So please pause the video while you complete these problems. When you're ready to check your answers, press play. The answer to number 6 is $78.75. Number 7, 25% off, the cost would be $7.50. Number 8, the answer is $19.46. Number 9, the question asks, how much will he save using his coupon? So you have to subtract 100 minus 75, and your savings is $25. And number 10, your answer is $24.40. Now please turn to the tax, tip, and commissions notes. Number 1, Cashew is buying a chair for $110. If he has to pay 6% sales tax, what is his final bill? Another way that you can solve this problem is sales tax, you have to add it to the price of the original. So you find what 6% of $110 is by using the decimal method. 110 times 0.06 gives you $6.60. So that's what you're going to add to the original price. And so the final bill will be $116.60. Question number 2. Sol works at a furniture store. He makes 15% commission on every sale he makes. If a customer buys $25,000 of furniture, how much commission will he make? So he makes 15% of whatever he sells. So 15% of $25,000 is $3,750. At this time, pause the video while you complete question number 3 on your own. When you're ready to check your answer, press play. The answer to number 3, your tip will be $10.50, so your total would be $80.50. Now please pause the video while you answer question number 4. When you're ready to check your answer, press play. And the answer to number 4 is it will cost her $26.63. And yes, she has enough money because $26.63 is less than $27. Now you may be saying to yourself, well, I came up with $26.625, and how did I get $26.63? Well, when you're talking about money, you have to round to the nearest cent. Nearest cent is the hundredths place. So you underline the hundredths place, circle the one right beside it, the thousandths, and you see that that 5 is going to make the 2 go up to a 3. So that's why I came up with $26.63. So when I tell you to round to the nearest cent, that's what you need to do. Now at this time, I would like for you to complete question number 5. So please pause the video while you complete question number 5. When you're ready to check your answer, press play. And the answer for question number 5, the tip will be $3.10. You add that to the cost of the meal, and so altogether your answer should be $18.60. Now it's time for me to see how you are doing with calculating the percent, the whole, or the part. So please at this time complete your quick check, and when you're finished, I want you to enter your answers online. Your homework for tonight is to complete these 5 problems. It's a review of discount, tax, tip, and markup. Good luck and have a great day.